With the surreal year 2020 officially behind us, we applaud the incredible achievements of our fall athletes throughout the season, driven by change and uncertainty. While this was the last fall season for our seniors, our King Philip athletes joined forces for a true display of heart and passion that will continue to drive future athletic determination. Let's take a quick look at our fall athletes and how they finished out their seasons. The King Philip golf team finished with a record of 6-4 and were crowned Hawk champions due to their stellar performance in the Hawk tournament. The two captains for next season, Jared Curran and Mikey Matheson, were both named Hawk All-Stars. The KP boys soccer team finished the regular season in third place in the Kelly Rex with 11 points and a record of 4-3-3. The team suffered a tough loss 2-1 to Canton in the first round of the playoffs. Evan McAvoy, Aiden Lindmark, and AJ Olson were named All-Stars. Our girls soccer team also finished the regular season in third place in the Kelly Rex with 12 points. Their record was 5-3-2. The girls had a phenomenal season and made it to the Hawk Championship game, but were sadly unable to win against Oliver Ames, losing 3-2. Kira Lindmark and Paige Varvaggio were our All-Stars. The field hockey team ended their great season in second place with 13 points and a record of 5-2-3. They faced off against Franklin in the Hawk Championships and sadly lost a 1-0 heartbreaker. Our All-Stars were Mackenzie Manning, Abby Nixon, Grace Crocker, and Isabel Crocker. The boys and girls cross-country teams both finished their season tied for fourth with a 1-3 record, and our Jovan Joseph, Meg Sherwood were our All-Stars. Before we say goodbye to our fall season, there was one true act of athleticism that we have to acknowledge. It was a very cold and very windy day at Rice Complex, and our girls cross-country team faced off against Attleboro in the final home race of the season. KP junior runner Maya Evans was faced with a decision early in their 3.1-mile race when a member of the Attleboro squad stepped on the back of her shoe. She suddenly found herself partially shoeless and knew she had to make a choice.
So I think we were entering the trails. I think one girl was trying to cut me off, I guess, because it was a narrow path, so I guess she wanted to be in front. So instead of slowing down, I tried to speed up, and I think she just flat tired me from behind. When I lost my shoe, I was a little surprised at first, but I decided I would keep going. It was a little painful, there were a lot of rocks in my foot afterwards, but I think it was good to keep going because a lot of people experience that when cross-country racing, so I think it was bound to happen sooner or later. So we started the season, there was a lot of uncertainty because we didn't know if it would be cut off at any random point or if we would keep going. So basically everyone was giving it their all every race because we didn't know if he'd be racing next week. I think since the season start was delayed, a lot of people put in extra work over the summer, so a lot of varsity girls rose up and a lot of JV people went to the varsity ranks.
Maya made the decision to hang tough. She ran almost the entire race with one foot exposed to the elements, and she held her ground throughout the race. Congratulations on your extraordinary effort to prevail, Maya. We wanted to make sure your incredible effort to stay focused and overcome adversity did not go unnoticed. As the future generation of our KP athletes look to follow in the footsteps of the influential and tenacious senior leadership, we express our gratitude to the dynamic senior class of fall athletes who have motivated us to be at our best on and off the field.
Even though a lot has changed this year, the tradition of honoring our senior athletes has not. Our fall sports teams held their annual senior nights recently to recognize the 48 seniors who played their very last home games of the season, and perhaps of their high school career. Saying goodbye to a team that you dedicated so much time and effort to over the course of 4 years is difficult, and it's even harder with the way this season played out. Seniors have had to contend with a lot of rule changes that have changed the game significantly, along with the fact that there is no state tournament. Despite all of this, they were still able to play at their home field one last time.
Hey seniors, congratulations! Congratulations, love you all. Been watching you since you were 3 years old. You guys are the best.
I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
with some of these seniors to see how they were feeling about wrapping up their senior season and how COVID has affected them.
So the season overall, for our sport, we have 6 players on the field now with a goalie, 6 players and a goalie, instead of the 11 that we usually have. And we're all required to wear masks. And honestly, it makes it a little more difficult. It requires a lot more endurance and speed to be able to clear that much distance with so few people to help you. But I feel like the games have remained in the same general spirit, and it's still the same sport when it comes down to it.
It definitely affected us because of the endurance factor, because having less players and wearing masks, but at the same time provides opportunities for our team and the other team, like good breakaway opportunities, which you can or can't take advantage of.
It hasn't really changed how I feel about this sport leaving as a senior. I'm very excited to run without masks on again. I think that it's one of the hardest things I've ever done, to run with a mask on. But otherwise, I'm gonna miss this sport. I'm sad that it's my last year.
I've been on this team for a few years now, and this is, although it's not anybody's dream season, it's still a season that's going to go down in the books, and this is still your senior year, and you have to take what you have.
The sport has really pushed me to do my best. In the past 4 years, I've shaved down my mile time significantly, and as someone who running's not my favorite thing, that just feels like such a big accomplishment to me, and I just have these teammates to help me, support me. And field hockey has helped me make some of my best friends, and I am absolutely grateful to the sport for that.
The biggest thing that I want to take away is that it's never too late to make a change. Although this is our senior year, it's still a season that counts for everybody. It's never too late to make your change and to stick up for something. I started off as a bench warmer, and now I'm a varsity starter. It all depends on how much you want to push yourself to reach your goals.
Your dedication, leadership, and positivity will have a ripple effect for our younger athletes, assuring our storied King Philip Athletics program will remain alive and well, no matter what. We hope your time here will serve you well as you continue to prepare for your very bright future.
Given everything our athletes have had to deal with this year, taking time to recognize their dedication has never been more important. In spite of COVID-19, the success of our fall sports seasons gives us a lot to look forward to, as it is our winter athletes' turn to take center stage. That wraps up this week's edition of KPSN. We will see you back here next week.